Welcome to the Jboy Show, hosted by Jake Crain, the fastest growing sports show in the nation.
I'm Coach Hugh Freeze.
This is Super Bowl champion Brandon Graham.
Hey, this is DJ Shockley, and you're watching.
And thanks for watching the Jboy Show.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hopping in again. Another edition of the Jboy Show, continuing to try and bring you the best content from the most knowledgeable guys. They're going to tell you what they think, guys that have done it. And boy, do we got a guy that did it not only in college, but in the NBA, and now he's in the coaching ranks as well. Going to get to him in 1 second. But before, I got to give a shout out to our partners at betonline.ag. Head over there right now. Whether you're betting on March Madness, we got MLB opening day coming up, or you just want to hit the online casino that's always open. And again, I always say this, and I think people take it for granted. They're going to play the sharps. They're not going to wait and chisel down the spread. They're going to give you a number. They're going to gamble against you, and they always have the best odds. So head over to betonline.ag today and tell them your boy Jboy sent you. But super excited as usual. But this one's a little more exciting for me because I watched this guy when he played at Florida, when they went on just an incredible run, two-time national champion, Final Four most outstanding player, unbelievable NBA career that included championships. And now he's doing it as a coach. Former Florida standout, Corey Brewer. Corey, what is up, my friend? First off, I'm loving the beard you got rocking right now, and I really appreciate you taking some time.
How you doing, man? Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, definitely. Well, I want to start in college because you were part of, I mean, this is rare era. You guys won 2 natties in a row. I mean, you look at that team, you, Joe Kim, Al Horford. I mean, go down the list. Number one, but I think something that stood out with y'all was y'all's chemistry. It never looked like anybody was fighting for their play, fighting for their touches. It all ran through pretty clean. And when you have that much talent that's moving in one direction, and with a coach like Billy Donovan, there's no wonder y'all were able to run through people like y'all did. Can you talk about just playing with that team, just the rapport you guys had together? Because it was beautiful basketball to watch.
It was amazing. Just to play with those guys. We all came in as freshmen together. So me, Joakim, Al, and Torian Green. He was the fourth one. He was our point guard. So, we came in and we felt like we were going to be pretty good. We were a bunch of young guys. We were all roommates. So we ended up being really close. So when it was our chance to shine, our sophomore year, David Lee, he ended up going, he was a senior, so he graduated and went to the draft. Anthony Roberson left early and Matt Walsh left early. So it was our team now. Yeah. So it was us 4, and then Lee Humphrey, my man from Tennessee, another Tennessee guy. We had our 5, and we thought we were going to be pretty good. And, that's what happened, though. Yeah. We just all knew if we won, it was going to make everybody happy, and everybody's going to get what they wanted by winning. We all wanted to go to the NBA, but we knew if we won games, that's the way to get to the NBA. So there was nobody being selfish. Coach Donovan did a great job. He knew how to get us all the ball in the right spots. And we knew it. In any given game, it was going to be our game, because it depended on the matchups. And everybody bought into it. If it was my night to get 20, I was going to get 20. If it was my night to get 8 and Al got 20, he got 20. We all sacrificed, but we knew if we were going to sacrifice, it was all about winning. And, 12 straight tournaments in the NCAA, 12 straight games in the NCAA tournament. So we felt we owned it.
Yeah, you could have written the book on it, man. And what was it? And again, I'm sure just walking in that freshman class, because obviously you were very highly regarded. Everybody knew how talented you were, but you look around and you're like, man, I'm looking at Al Horford. I'm looking at Joe Kim. These aren't little guys either. I'm sure you were jacked, obviously. And I'm sure it probably made that process a little bit easier having a guy like Billy Donovan and playing for him. What was it about Coach Donovan? Because, again, you can have all the talent in the world, but like we said earlier, if you're not able to make guys understand you have to play your role, you have to understand your matchup. This is how we got to flow. And you got to play defense. That's what y'all did. Y'all played defense. And, y'all were held out in the post. So people would drive. And, they were paying for it either way. If they made one, they were going to feel it a little bit. And it makes you a little bit, nervous. And then you guys with your length out there. And, man, I totally forgot about Torian Green as well. Matt Walsh was just absolutely moisturizer from everywhere behind the line. But, Corey, what was it about Coach Donovan that separated him in your eyes?
He just coached us. He treated all of us the same. It was great. He wanted to get the most out of us, and he wanted us to be the best players we could be. So, like I said, he got on us. Like, he was on me all the time. Like, he wanted us to get better. And And we had great bigs. For me, it's been a wing. I knew if anybody ever drove past me, I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I knew Al and Joakim was going to clean it up. So it helped me be more aggressive on the ball. It helped Twin and Lee be more aggressive. And Coach Diamond, you know, he was just great, man. I can't even explain it. He just coached us hard. But like after it was over, like off the court, he was like a father figure. He was like our best friend. He was just amazing to be around. But when we got on the court, he was intense. He pushed us, and he wanted to win, and we wanted to win just as bad as he did.
Yeah, and it's amazing the coaches that are really themselves. It's amazing how much more you can get out of a player when that player knows you care about them, and good players want to be coached hard. I don't think a lot of people understand that. Good players want to be coached hard, and you know there's times where you know off the court you love them up and do that stuff, and it's different. But when you get on, you understand who's in charge, what you're doing, and when it moves that way, it's amazing the success. And you guys had it. And I got to ask, you know, you talk about winning 12 straight NCAA tournament games. March Madness is here. And I know you're a humble guy and you want to sit here and talk about, you know, only your accolades, but with all those things we just mentioned, I mean, you were a Finals 4 MVP. What was it about that Final Four? Was everything just clicking for you? What was it, the matchups, or you know how basketball is? Did you just catch fire and really just keep rolling?
Oh man, I feel like anytime the tournament started, I feel like I played my best basketball. It started in the SEC tournament. Started my freshman year. I think my first SEC tournament game, I had like 14 or 15, and I played my best basketball during that tournament. And we won our first SEC championship in school history. And then after that, you know, I played my first NCAA game. I played well. But then the next year it just started again, SEC tournament. I just think when the tournament play started, that's when I play my best. You know, I lock in when it's time to win. When it's time to win for real, it's time to lock in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no double elimination in that NCAA tournament either. They catch you on a bad night or you're not focused or prepared, you can get beat by anybody. And I think that's the beauty of the NCAA tournament and whether it's teams making runs or the Cinderellas. And when you look back now and you're watching the NCAA tournament, are you rooting for the Cinderellas? I know you're rooting for Florida. I know you're rooting for Florida. But outside of them, are you rooting for the underdogs a little bit, or are you kind of wanting to see, you know, the elite of the elite per seed, I guess you can say, play each other? How does Corey Brewer kind of watch the NCAA tournament?
When I watch, I just want to see good basketball. I love to see good games. Like when you see a tight game and a guy has to make a play, that's what it's all about. That's what the NCAA tournament's about. Guys making big shots, guys stepping up. And that's what you want to see. So when I'm watching the game, I want to see somebody step up. I want to see somebody be big. Help your team win a game for them in a tournament. Help your team move on.
Yeah, I think Hamlet said it best: to be or not to be. That is the question. And you find out in those moments. And we all know the buzzer beaters and all that stuff. And I love watching, like you said, when those possessions, when it gets down to it and you got to get a bucket. And everybody knows who's getting the ball, and that guy's still a Cade Cunningham or something like that's going to go get it. It's amazing watching those guys do it because basketball is poetry to me. That's what it is when you look at it. It's you got freestyle, you've got you know, your stanzas, the different way you look at it is poetry to me. And making that jump from college to the NBA. Every time I get an NFL guy on or something like that, I always talk about the jump from college to the NFL. How big of a jump is it? Because I know it's big. Going from college to the NBA, regardless of how good you are, because those are grown men, number one, that have been in that league. You go against guys that are 30, you know, 32 years old, 27, stuff like that. But, you know, you're a guy that was able to get in there and make a pretty clean transition. How big was that jump?
It was tough. It was huge, actually. It's because for me personally, I got drafted to a team in Minnesota who played totally different from my game. Like we played slow, we threw it in the post. And I'm coming from college. I'm coming from Florida, where everything was quick decisions, making the right reads, but everything was fast. Like, so I went from that to slow down. We're gonna go in the post. Like, I didn't even know how to play a lot. My first couple was like, this is hard because I'm really not playing. I'm not like I have to figure again because like I'm just in the corner throwing in the post and that's it.
Yeah.
But,
were you surprised they drafted you? Were you surprised you got drafted to a team that ran that system? Did it kind of surprise you?
Oh, for sure. I was surprised I got drafted at 7. I thought I was gonna go pick low. Actually, on draft, we thought I was gonna go number 8, the 8th pick. I think Charlotte, the 8th pick, was going to Charlotte. So I was a little surprised. 7, but I was happy. It's great.
Yeah.
When you get your name called to go in the NBA, especially be a top 10 pick, I was definitely happy. But it was definitely an adjustment. Do it either way, but I was happy to be able to figure it out as long as I had.
Definitely. And again, I mean, to being the number 7 overall pick and I know that's huge and it's a huge accomplishment. You grow up dreaming about that. You go do your thing in college and finally get your name called. But I do real quick want to give a shout out to ebay.com. Head over to ebay.com/sneakers today. They've got an unbelievable assortment, regardless of what sneaker you like, from vintage to Air Force One. Go over to ebay.com/sneakers today. They've got a full team of authenticators. It's going to be exactly what you saw in the picture when you went to ebay.com/sneakers. There's no games, no gimmicks, just shoes the way you want them, and tell them Jboy sent you. We're here with Corey Brewer, the guy, I mean, won a championship at every level, MVP of the Final Four, and now putting on another hat, his coaching hat, down there for the Pels in New Orleans, working with player development, working his way up. Corey, I always find it so fascinating, guys going from players, and you see one side and you see the coaches, then you become a coach, regardless of what position, you kind of see the other side a little bit. How much fun has it been for you that even after you retire from the NBA, you're still this close to the game? You still get to be around the guys. You're immersed in the game. Because I know it's in your blood, man, and it never leaves. Just how cool is it now being on the other side and kind of seeing how the world works from a coaching perspective?
It's definitely different, but it's really cool. Just to be around the game and stay in the game. That's what it's all about. When you love basketball, you're always gonna want to be around it. So for me to go right from playing to coaching, it was an easy adjustment, and it's been good.
Yeah. And again, I know you're great at it, man. It's something, like I said, that you've done and you understand. And you look at that team that you guys have right now. You look at a guy like Zion. Number one, just how different is this guy than other guys that you've seen? He can do so many things, and he's still growing. He hasn't nearly reached his potential yet, getting his feet wet in the NBA. How different is Zion Williams?
He's amazing. He's one of one. He's the way he moves, the way he makes the game look so easy. To be as big and as explosive as he is, it's unbelievable just to watch. And he's only gonna get better because he's like you say, he's a kid.
Yeah, well, I have so much respect for guys in the NBA that are willing to draw a charge from Zion Williamson, because you might as well just run into that wall as hard as you can, because that's the way the guy's built. He's tall, but he's compact. It's so interesting. But Corey, as we're kind of winding down here, with so many memories that you've made, how does it feel when you look back now in your career and you see the championships in college, in the NBA? I mean, you've achieved what everybody dreams about achieving. I mean, how does that feel? It's got to be vindicating. Like I said, I know you're a humble guy, but it's got to be vindicating because, man, I mean, you hit the top of the mountain.
Definitely, it feels great. Anytime you can look back and say you won, and like not just won championships,
yeah,
it means a lot. Like a lot of people play their whole career and never win a championship, or go to college, they never make the tournament, let alone win 2. So for me, when I look back, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
What a
ride.
Did
it. I mean, you did it, man. And I've got to ask you too, while I've got you on here. And every time I get a quarterback on, I ask them about their best throw. What is the best play? Because I know there may be one or two that stand out in your mind. It can be it can be in high school, Corey. It can be in high school, college, or the NBA. What is the one play that you remember the most that you made? I don't know, whether you posterized somebody, you hit a step back at the buzzer. What is the one play that you go back and you think, man, that was a great moment?
Probably on the first time we were in the Sweet 16, we were playing Georgetown. We were down 1 with like 30-something seconds left. And I'm this shot. It was an N1 to put us up by 2, and we go on to win that game. And we go on to win our first national championship. Yeah. I think I'll never forget that shot.
Without it, and it's amazing how many little plays everybody thinks about, the buzzer beaters or something like that. It's amazing how many little things go into getting that opportunity to make that play throughout a game. Because from coaching in football and playing and stuff like that, and you go back and watch the film, there's some plays, it may be with 8 minutes to go in the second half, you're like, wow, man, if that ball doesn't bounce off boy's foot like that, or that shot doesn't go in and out, it's a 1-2 point game. It can go either way. It's so funny how so many little moments in a game that you may not think about, that diving on the floor that one time to save that ball to give you guys an extra possession, or getting that jump ball on the shot that you blocked to change the possession, just how crazy the game of basketball really is.
Oh, for sure. It's a lot of little plays that happen just throughout the game that people don't realize that may be the biggest play of the game.
Yeah. It's crazy. It happens in every sport. It happens in football too, as well. We always see the Hail Mary, but we don't see the plays before that where somebody picked up a protection or something like that. But Corey, man, this has been awesome. I appreciate you taking some time. I know it's a busy time of year for you guys. I wish you all the best. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media as well, to give you a follow and kind of let everybody know what's up with you.
You can go on Twitter and find me at the Corey Brewer, and you can go to thecorybrewer.com.
Okay. Well, shoot, our audience, they're great about doing it. Corey, man to man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. This is great. I know everybody's going to love it. I hope you stay safe out there, my friend, and we need to do this again.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, Corey. And thank you guys for joining us for another edition of the Jboy Show. Head over to jboyshow.com right now to get some merch. Corey, I know you've got all the Pelicans merch in the world, but I'm sending you a Jboy hoodie. You can rock it or not. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm probably not going to see it either way, but you can just tell me you are. But again, make sure you hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Got some more great stuff coming up. Enjoy your March Madness. It's back, baby. To quote Dickie V, it's back, baby. We'll see you another time. Jboy's going, gone.
The Jboy Show is produced by David Cohn, Technical Director Dave Hammock, Creative Director David Culbertson, Audio Engineer Feyzan Shareef, Production Assistants Blaine Crain and Kyle Orr, Executive Producers Jake Crain, Vince Thompson, Steve Chamberlain, and David Cohn. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website, thejboyshow.com, for updates regarding our newest apparel and merch designs. Win the water cooler with the Jboy Show.